Jai Sri Ram, friends. Welcome to Bharat Marg. Welcome Vinay ji, the political analyst from Canada, who talks on all Canadian matters. And today it's a very, very interesting topic, friends. We will be discussing on Canadian immigration system broken. Okay, 500 plus international students in limbo. That's what Vinay ji will be discussing. In fact, I will recommend you, friends, you know what, if you are planning to come to Canada, make sure to watch Bharat Marg video, especially if you go to know all about Canada. Vinay ji has made umpty amount of videos there regarding the immigration system, how the things work. Every all the current information on the immigration comes there. You should watch it before you come here, okay, before coming to Canada, because understand this, we are not immigration consultants, so whether you come or not, it doesn't make any difference to us, and we want to make sure you gain the information. Okay, that's our goal. You don't struggle here coming by mistake. You just know all the truth and come here is the goal, and Vinay ji is doing a fabulous job on it. Friends, before going further, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video as many people as you can, and especially with the kids who want to come to Canada. Okay, and you must do that. And not only that, friends, please make sure to subscribe the channel. Okay, rather on top of liking, commenting, and sharing, do subscribe the channel Bharat Marg and stay connected with us by pressing the notification bell, and so that you anytime we go live, you get informed along with the title. Like today's title is about the Canadian immigration system broken. And not only that, we also send one dharmic message every day in multiple languages. If you are interested, you can send us a WhatsApp to +1647 964 4790 and stay connected with us and get the message regarding Sanatan Dharma around the world right in your mobile, and stay connected to your roots. And you can support us now also by going to Bharat Marg. Vinay ji, thank you. Welcome to Bharat Marg. So happy to see you. And this is the topic today: Canadian immigration system broken. 500 international students in limbo. Vinayji, what is all happening now? Why this news is coming now every monthly basis? What is really happening?
It's very kind of sad to see this happening in Canada. It's we call ourselves a developed country, and we have the best immigration system. We have the best colleges, and the procedure, the processes are all established. And this
Mm-hmm.
is not something that if this was happening in Pakistan or Syria or some third world country, right? I would probably say, yeah, it's normal there. But here in a developed country, when this happens, it kind of surprises everybody. So let me dig into them and go right into the issue that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, Northern College in Ontario. Okay, this is the college that actually, uh, basically 500 students, mainly from India. I think most of them are from India, and they had applied for this college, and they got an acceptance letter from the desired college, and Northern College is one of them. Actually, it's not the college.
Just a little bit high.
Yeah.
Come up. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So Northern College is one of them, and basically they work with a few other colleges, in Ontario. One is called the Pierce College of Technology, which is in Scarborough. And so basically, what happened was these 500 students applied for this college. Okay. Now, the way the colleges work, and this is very normal. Okay, this is very normal in Canada, and I'm assuming it's normal in many other countries. See, the immigration they have certain rules for students coming in. Okay, I mean, even if you have a letter of acceptance, okay, from a university or a college, your immigration or your visa could be denied. Your student visa could be denied because you did not fulfill certain documents or blah blah blah. Number one. Number two, last minute some students could drop out because they were not able to arrange the fees or whatever. Number three, students could, normally students apply for 2 or 3 or 5 different colleges, right? So if they get accepted in one college, then they will have to reject the remaining 4 that they applied to. So that is the reason what the colleges and universities have been doing. They normally give the letter of acceptance to a few extra people. See, for example, if a classroom size is, let's say, 100, okay, they will give maybe 5% or 10% more letters of acceptance to students. Okay, so they will send out 110 letters of acceptance, assuming the 10 will not be
Will drop out.
will drop
Won't be.
out, will not be able to come in, or for whatever reason I just explained to you, right? So it'll end up with 100. Okay, so they'll have their 100 students coming in, and their classroom size 100. So it all, everything works out. So in this case, Northern College, apparently, I don't know the exact numbers. It's like I said, it's normally 5 to 10% more, but I think they went overboard and they issued like 50 or 70% more or something like that. Okay, so don't quote me on that, but I am, this is my feeling.
But 500 plus students for sure. 500 students.
Exactly. So you have different classrooms. You're now looking at, maybe they have a course in technology, or the course in some mechanical engineering, some hair aesthetics or body whatever aesthetics and stuff like that, right? And it could be computer science, or so many courses, right? So each course has got a certain classroom size, and they went overboard and issued letters of acceptance to a lot more people than what they're entitled. The government has regulations on how many students you can enroll per year per classroom. You understand that? And if they don't follow those guidelines, their license could be canceled. So that is the reason they make sure that they follow those guidelines, but just to make sure that they are not even one short of their classroom size, because even that one person,
that is a big loss for them.
Exactly, because the fees, if it doesn't come, they're charging $15,000-$20,000, and if that $15,000-$20,000 doesn't come in, then it's a huge loss for them, right? So that's why they make sure that every single student is accounted for. And the other thing is, they're now, many of these colleges are now dependent on international students. There are colleges that are 100% international students, okay, that take 100% international students. They don't have a single domestic student. So because international students, they make a lot more money than with domestic students. Okay,
they charge at least 3 times more, right?
Oh my God, it's crazy amount. Okay, so now it's actually not 3 times, it's 10 times some of the colleges. Okay,
wow,
10 times more. Okay, so just so that so what happened, Canadian immigration, okay, the authorities at the border, it's like, this is a joke. Okay, for some reason they gave the visas to a lot more students this year. Okay.
wow.
The letters of acceptance was sent in February of this year, 2023. And then students started preparing and whatever, and they started applying, I think probably May or June or something like that. And then too many students applied, and everyone, whoever had the letter of acceptance, got the visa, which is very unusual. Okay. So Northern College said, okay, now this is what has happened. So we are unable to accept all these students. So we have to revoke the admission offers for 500 international students. You understand the story, right? So now these students are either in India, or they're already here, and now they have this letter saying that, sorry, your admission offer has been revoked. So
Hmm.
now imagine the plight of these students. They have come here, either they're in Canada but without any future prospects. They've spent their registration fees and all that. They've spent money on their flight tickets. They've even come here for a few days, whatever the living expenses are. They've spent all of that money, and their parents already are taking that burden. They're hoping the parents send these kids over in the hope that these kids will graduate from these colleges and then eventually work here, get a job, and then they'll be able to send some money back to India or wherever they come from. But unfortunately, this did not happen. Now they're out of pocket, by a few $1,000s. So the students actually grouped up, and they spoke to this. Obviously, they all came together, and one of the guys who is kind of advocating for them, Jaspreet Singh. He's apparently the president of the International Sikh Students Association, because many of these students are from Punjab, India, and he's also a member of the World Sikh Organization. And this man actually is saying that the system is exploiting students, and the same thing is happening every year, every semester, and blah blah blah, right? And the funny thing was, when the reporters confronted Northern College, okay, they asked them,
Mhm.
"Hey, what is going on?" Northern College, instead of saying apologizing or whatever, right? They basically said, "Oh, Northern College, has got nothing to do with this. The problem has erupted due to the Canadian government and authorities. The Canadian
Right.
government has issued too many visas this year, so we are not to be blamed." Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah.
See, one of the thing is the college like Northern College, maybe they are not on the top of the rug. Many people may not choose them. Is that why they were giving too many offers to give the benefit of doubt to them? Like, for example, if you are a good college, you want to give five extra, so that's how five people can cancel. Whereas a college as with a low rating as Northern College is, for example, or I never heard of it. I'm not quoting anything on this. Ju- they had to give 500 more so that many people will not join them. Is that why they gave like that?
It's an interesting question. You're partially right, because a lot of reputable colleges, like our universities, like for example, let's say University of Toronto, they would never do that. Okay. Or Humber College, they would never do that, because they have a reputation, and they're among the top 100 colleges or
For the
universities.
international students.
Exactly. Whether it's international or domestic, they would never do that, especially international. But
Humber, yeah.
yeah, but it's these small colleges that are getting licenses left, right, and center. Today, you have the infrastructure, you have a little bit of money, you can set up the infrastructure and whatever, and you can apply for a license to the Ministry of Universities and Colleges. And guess what? You'll become a college. I mean, you could have. I have seen colleges. In fact, I have taught in some colleges where it's like literally they have a big room of about 1,000 square foot, 1,000 square foot, and they create like literally cubicles. Okay, like office cubicles that can accommodate maybe 5 or 6 or 10 students. Okay, they divide those into cubicles, and they'll have one small office space right in the front as a for the principal or whoever, and they'll have a couple of washrooms and small little kitchenette, like they call that the cafeteria, and this is run as a full college.
And many time people don't know. If you are looking it from India, many time
Oh
you think
yeah,
college
absolutely,
means you
absolutely.
absolutely think it's like a Delhi university or something like that you are thinking.
Exactly,
But
because
they are
they
in the strip malls. I was so shocked, Vinayji, when I came here. I saw colleges in the strip mall.
Oh yeah. I'm talking, this college that I'm referring to is actually in a strip mall in Brampton, and there are, I mean, it's not one. It's There are many such colleges that are
Yeah,
literally in strip malls, and they are like running in like 1,000 or 1,500 square foot.
there is a grocery shop, there is a barber shop, and there is a college.
Exactly, and these, but the way they do it is they will probably take a full picture of the plaza. They will black out all the other grocery store and restaurant names, and they will just highlight the college name, and it'll appear that the entire building of that plaza belongs to this college. Okay, and they will create a nice website. They'll create a beautiful, faculty members and this and that. But these guys, most of them, who work in these such colleges, are all part-time. They already have full-time jobs, and they work part-time, and it's extra money for these guys. And unfortunately, the quality of education is so poor in such colleges. But these colleges still exist, and they still run, and the Canadian government has no problem giving licenses to these guys, and they are exploiting the system. And they're not only exploiting the system, but they are also putting these students, poor students, in limbo.
And Vinay, I want to quickly jump into some of the questions to you. Okay, there was a girl by name Ashley from Punjab. A Punjabi girl was interviewed, and she was crying that I am already going into depression. I have already booked the flight, and when you book a flight in Toronto, when if you are canceling, a huge sum of money they are taking out of it.
Mhm.
And I have already paid for my accommodation, registration fee, but all those things. A week ago, Ashley received an email from Northern College in Ontario informing her that she no longer will be accepted in the school. But the school is saying we are trying to accommodate them in the different colleges. We understand their stress. You want to address on this a little bit?
Yeah, actually, that's a
This is
true.
the message. Student will be refunded or transferred to
Yeah.
different schools, the college said.
So yeah, basically, Ashley is a student. I mean, she is not given her last name, so she paid her registration fee and booked her flight from Punjab, India, to Toronto. And just over a week ago, just before boarding the flight, she received this letter that basically said that her admission has been revoked, and she is no longer accepted to Northern Ontario's Northern College. So basically, she was heartbroken, and obviously it was a huge impact for her, right? I mean, she had paid her registration fee, she had booked her ticket, and when you book your ticket, you already pay your $2,200 or whatever the flight cost is. And then she had applied for a student visa. She had also she had received the visa, and the funny thing was also, sad thing, I should say, was that she also quit her job in healthcare because she was getting she had gotten admission in Northern College,
like
to study
like Nidhi
healthcare.
Rajan becoming a Harvard professor.
Exactly. And now, instead of packing her bags, Ashley will remain in India, and she is now looking for a solution, right? And she's not the only one. Like, look at, like, there are 500 international students who have received an email informing that their admission offers for this coming year has been revoked, according to
Okay,
Northern College.
I have some serious questions at the end of the segment for you now. Okay, hundreds of students set their enrollments on unilaterally suspended by Alpha College. I think there's something next to the grocery shop somewhere. I have seen this one. Business and Technology, an affiliate of St. Lawrence College in Ontario. I don't even know where is St. Lawrence College, but it looks like they have an affiliate colleges. It looked like a what do you say, man? Unbelievable.
Well, the way this works is, like, people are, establish one particular college. Okay, so let's say, for example, Northern College is the one in Timmins, I believe. It's up in Northern Ontario, and they established their college, maybe a few years ago or whatever. Now the issue was that they kind of they go to these little colleges. They come and ask the, let's say for example, Northern College to say, okay, we want to be affiliated with you. So there are two paths to this. One is either Northern College themselves want to establish a branch in Scarborough, because Timmins is too far. It's Northern Ontario. So Toronto, in Scarborough, it's you'll have more people coming in, and it's closer to Toronto as well. So that's why they'll establish a college here, and they'll say it's affiliated with Northern College. Number one. Number two, some XYZ could establish a college in Scarborough, in Toronto, and then go to Northern College and say, hey, listen, we want to be affiliated with you. So basically what it is, every fees that the fees that they collect from every student, right, they basically give a portion of that to Northern College. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's say 20% or 30%, whatever they negotiate, and now they can put that thing beside their name, Pierce College affiliated with Northern College. There's no restriction, there's no government regulation for this or anything. It's all
Vinay, okay. Now let's dive into the politics at the last end of it. Okay, we are at the end of the segment. Okay, I never saw this many number of immigration issues during the Harper era, or even the first term of Justin Trudeau. Why are we hearing so many now? What's really happening? Means let's compare Justin Trudeau's first term versus second term. We never heard this many. At least I never heard this many. Okay.
Well, the issue
is that right?
is, I think the trend is actually it's been going on according to this Jaspreet Singh. He said that it's like the system is exploiting the students. The same thing has been happening every year, every semester, and I don't know how long, because I don't have the statistics on that. But the irony is that yes, we've been seeing a lot more of these happening in the last at least last couple of years or more, right? And I think if you go back to Harper government or whatever, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe it's the government mandate. Maybe it's Justin Trudeau's mandate or whatever, that he wants to encourage more students coming into Canada or whatever it is, or there's been a slack in the administration or what's going on.
Really, at least we never heard of this many things in Harper administration, and to give benefit, not even in the first term of Justin Trudeau, in my opinion. I may be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know about the first term for Justin Trudeau, but it's been happening for the last little while, and it's mainly, I think, Justin Trudeau's thing is also he wants to encourage international students, because it's a vote bank, right? At the end of the day, that these kids who come in, they will eventually immigrate. They will do it the right way or the wrong way or whatever. They will somehow, by hook or crook, get immigration, and they'll settle down in Canada. And now what they will say is, oh, you know what? It was Justin Trudeau's government. It was the Liberal government that actually helped us coming to Canada. So now they become, attached or all enamored by a Liberal government and Liberal Party, and then they'll continue voting for Liberal Party. So this is how it's all done. And the same thing with what's going on with the refugees who are coming in, right? Look at the number of refugees that came in the last little while from Syria, Pakistan, and Iraq, and so many other countries. And these guys are all dedicated, totally, enamored by a Liberal Party. And their sole goal is to continue supporting Liberal Party, and it's all a vote bank. It's all creation of vote bank.
I have my last question to you. Where I want you to advise to the person who is coming here. If they will take the advice, because many times when they are not in need, they don't want to be open. You know what I mean? They think they know more. Especially the student community, we see that here too much of it. But you know what? We saw a video in the last video we did about the Indian students living below the what do you call, the bridge. Okay, we did a video on that, and it is available for the people to see it. And you know what was heartbreaking for me? One of my friend called me and said, Dileepan, you know what? I was in Tim Horton, one student, young girl, she was saying, the white man who was standing in front, hey, can you get me a coffee and a donut? you know
Mhm, mhm.
and he kind of surprisingly turned back to see who is that. So it's kind of surprise, right? Somebody taps on you, say, hey, can you get me a coffee and a donut, and she immediately goes on to say, you know what, don't worry, I can please you. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So this is openly happening, too many of it, because they have to survive. The country is not supporting, they are just giving the visa, they are bringing in, and after that what they do now, out of 500, many kids are here in this case, right? So how do you see this going on, and too many robberies and things like that? Please explain to the student. Take 30 seconds to 1 minute and explain it, and as your last word.
No, I mean, like the yes, the crime rate has gone up because the cost of living has gone up, and students are unable to survive in this country because obviously inflation is at its peak, and they are unable to pay the rent because the rent costs have gone up, and the food costs, grocery costs have gone up, and students come in with the intention of just finishing their studies, getting a job, and sending money home, right, so that they can pay off their student loans. But unfortunately, that's not happening because like I said, the cost of living has gone up so much that the students have to resort to other means to support themselves. So now what they do is, I mean, they are allowed to legally work for a certain number of hours every week. But in addition to that, I mean, it's also not.
Which may not be sufficient for them to sustain.
Okay, number one. Number two, your jobs are not available freely for everybody, right? I mean, people don't hire you just because you're a student and you're looking for a job. You still have to qualify for certain requirements of the employer and stuff like that. So now they may find a job, but it may not be sufficient to support themselves. And if they don't find a job, now they're in much more bigger financial strain, and now they resort to all kinds of stuff. I mean, they I mean, I've heard of flesh trading, and people selling themselves and whatever, and so many things going on here, and it's very unfortunate to see this in a country like Canada, right? So my
And
sincere
young
advice.
kids going through this. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Openly.
So last thing that I want to say is my sincere advice to the students is, please, before you come to Canada. I mean, Canada is all, especially for students coming in from Punjab, especially that's the one state in India that has highest immigration or student population coming into Canada, because that's the way it is. So now I really sincerely recommend that they do a lot of research about the college, find out about what the college is, get a few local people to comment on those colleges before they apply for it and before they come in, because you know what, it's easy to get an admission, it's easy to come in and all that, but that's what they're looking for, right? The easy path to come in. But once they come in, it's going to be hell here. So that's why it's better you do your research, better you find a reputable college. Yes, the cost of fees may be a little more, but you know what, at least you're secured, and you won't run into these kind of issues.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Vinayji, for coming and sharing your heart and wisdom. As always, appreciated. I will recommend to the any newcomer who wants to come to Canada to see our Bharat Marg. We have a separate playlist, friends, called Know All About Canada. Okay, please go there and check it out. Many videos there. Vinayji has done it, and with no strings attached. See it and then make a quality decision, so that you know that you are not stuck or you are not sad later. You know where you are coming, how you are coming, what's a life ahead, and then you are making a wise decision to come. Okay, we are not coming, don't come. We are saying is know where you are coming, how you are coming, when you are coming,
Exactly.
what will be the life ahead, and then come. Okay. Thank you, Vinay ji. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining. Okay. See you very soon again in the next video. Till then, Jai Jai Sri Ram. Jai Jai.